Hey everyone, welcome back to DIY Fun Ventures. Today I'm going to try to revive these orchids. As you can see, 1, 2, and 3, even this one, well this one is okay, but 3 of these orchids are barely alive. They're rotting and dry, their leaves are dying. So I'm going to use some of the YouTube hacks that I've seen online and we're going to see if they actually work. Um, there are quite a few different options. I've seen different people use different ways, I guess I should say, using garlic, vitamin B1, using coffee. So I'm going to combine all those different hacks and we're going to work on these 3 flowers. I'm going to replant them and we will see if those hacks actually work. Okay, so first thing first, we want to create the solution that the solutions that I've seen online. People use coffee, B1 vitamins, garlic, water. That's it. Main ingredients: coffee, B1 vitamins, garlic, water. One of the videos said use 1 teaspoon of grinded coffee per 50 milliliters of water. Okay, they would put 1 teaspoon in a cup, fill it up with hot water, boiling water, let it cool down, and then filter it out. And that's what we're gonna do. But instead of 1 teaspoon, I actually have 3 teaspoons in here because I'm going to use much more water than only 500 milliliters. In here I have 2,000 milliliters and I'm about to add another 1,000 milliliters in here. So it's going to be 3 liters. So that's why I have 3 spoons of coffee in here. Then they said for 500 milliliters use 3 vitamin Bs. I'm going to make it into 6 vitamin Bs. And they said for 500 milliliters use 2 cloves of garlic. I've used 6 cloves of garlic in here. Chopped them up 6 hours ago, filled them up, poured cold water in here and left them soaking for 6 hours. And this smells like crazy garlic. This was 3 spoons of coffee, 3 teaspoons of coffee, boiling water. It's cool now, so we're going to filter this out. So I already have 2 liters in here. We're going to add this one here too. I'm adding so much water so I could dunk the whole flower in here, right? Then you want to filter out the coffee. So we're going to take just a simple paper towel and pour our coffee in there. That was kind of a miss, but that's okay. We're going to let this filter out. There we go. Same we're going to do with the garlic. We don't want all those garlic pieces in here. Oh my goodness, that smells strong. There we go. Woo-wee. That smells really strong. But I like smell of garlic. Alright. And we're going to add 6 vitamin B1 pills. These things take a long time to melt, so I'm gonna just open up the powder and dump it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we want to mix this really well. Let's mix this up nice and good so it's all mixed and dissolved. We want to make sure the vitamin is dissolved in there. Of course, my neighbors have to start doing something up there, making all these knocking noises. Okay, so I'm gonna let this solution sit for a little while, and we're going to start working on one of the plants. So this one is probably one of the worst ones at this point. The roots are completely gray and dry. By the way, when the roots are gray and silver color like this, that means they're thirsty. And it's time to water them. At this point, this is dead. I honestly don't know if the rest is dead. It doesn't seem like the rest is dead. So I'm going to cut it from here. I'm gonna clean up some of the dead leaves. We'll cut it from here. Let's remove all this stuff from here. We have roots in here that are dead. I'm not gonna leave this in here because it's eventually going to rot. So I'm going to remove this one from here. This one too is dry. It will rot eventually. This one. I'll probably get rid of this too. Then I've seen them cut the dead leaves, so we'll just chop it off like this. I'll chop this one off. This will allow new growth. This is okay. I think this plant is ready to be soaked. So what they say is that we're supposed to soak the plant fully inside of the solution for 20 minutes. Now, the water is not supposed to go inside of this opening in the plants because then it rots the plant from within. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to stick it upside down this way, and we'll hope that it actually fits in there. Let's bring it closer. Alright, so we can submerge the roots in there. So I'm going to let the bottom soak for about 10 minutes because the plant itself isn't so important to soak in. The leaves aren't so important to soak in. So I'll just leave it in here for a few minutes, and then we will turn it around and we will let the actual roots soak in for 20 minutes. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. The leaves were soaking in there. Now I think I'm gonna cut this one too, because this one was broken. I didn't even notice. And it's barely hanging on in here. Alright, now I'm going to dry this edge a little bit. And we're going to just put the roots in the water, and we're going to let this soak for another 20 minutes. This way the plant should take in all of the nutrients. There is there is vitamin B, as we know. The coffee has nutrients in there, and the garlic has nutrients. Oh my gosh, I forgot the honey. That was another ingredient that we needed to put in here. You know what? Let me add the honey. So, I forgot that the last ingredient was honey. I knew in my head that I was forgetting something. Again, it was supposed to be half a teaspoon per 500 milliliters, but I'm gonna give it 2 teaspoons. I don't think this is extreme science, so we should be okay. Going to try to mix this up in there. Hopefully it mixes. Oh, it's actually mixing. It's melting. Maybe a bit warmer water would have helped. I think 2 spoons should be enough. Let's mix this up one more time. Now we're going to put the plant back in the water and let it soak for 20 minutes, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. Let's check the roots. Look at that. The silver has changed into green. When it's green, that means the roots have soaked in enough water. This plant is not thirsty anymore. Next, what we want to do is clean the leaves. We want to gently wipe off everything that's on the leaves, all the dust and leftovers. Wipe them from both sides. Let's do this side too. Look at all this dirt that's coming out. All right, our flower is ready to be planted. I'm going to be using bark Let me put this back in here for a minute. Nah, actually I can put it in here. Alright, we're going to be using bark as the medium. I got this potting media, Orchid Bark. We'll fill this up. Let's see. Man, the roots are actually pretty long. Maybe I can cut them a bit. Yeah, I definitely think I need to cut the roots a little bit more. Or let's remove some of this. Yeah, this height should be enough. Now I'm going to carefully fill this up with roots, with the bark. Try to fill the center. You guys can see my dog is trying to be involved in our video. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. I'm going to make sure that there's no empty space between the roots and the bark, so the roots can soak in as much water and nutrients as they can. And here we go. We've got our replanted orchid. It's quite nice and sturdy. Next step is to actually soak all of this again to make sure the bark soaks in all of this water, so it can continuously give the nutrients for the next week to this plant. To do so, we're going to put the plant in here and we're going to fill it up with our nutrient, and do not pour the water on the leaves. You don't want the water to go in the middle. You want to put it right here from the side and fill this up all the way to the edge, as high as you can. Let's do it from this side too. Okay. And we're going to let this soak for another 20 minutes and our replanting process will be completed. I'm not going to record the rest of the flowers, not to make this video any longer than it needs to be, but I'm going to do the same process on that plant and this one. Then we will take them back and put them by the window, and of course it's going to take maybe a month or so for a new leaf to show up. It will take some time for us to see the progress, so of course I'm going to record another video, and I'll post that later again within a month, so you guys can see if this hack actually worked, and we'll see if I killed these plants or if I actually revived them. So for that, I would suggest you guys subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and come back again to see what happens with these plants. Alright, it's been another 20 minutes. We want to drain all of the water out. Then I'm going to put it inside of this plate, let it completely drain. After it finishes draining, I'm going to pour this water out. You don't want to have any water inside of this cup, or the plate I should say, because then that water goes back up in and it will rot the roots. You want to give this plant time to you want to give the plant enough time for the roots to dry up. You don't want them to stay wet, because when they stay wet they rot and they kill the plant. So again, we will let it drain for a little while, for another 10 minutes or so. I will dump this water out, and then we will put this plant back by the window, and hopefully I did not kill this plant. Hopefully in a month we will see this plant growing, we'll see some new roots coming up, we'll see extra leaves coming up. Yeah, for you guys, I would suggest again you guys subscribe and come back within a month to check and see the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that these hacks actually work, and I hope that I didn't completely kill this plant. So come back for the results. Until then, see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.